Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of my documentary. My name is Larry, and if this is the first time you're joining me, welcome to my channel. So today I will be showing you guys the trade I took last week. This is Monday. I'm just making this video because I've just been busy for some time. So I have taken about 4 trades this week with about 3 losses and 1 win. So that was about 4 trades I took this week. So I had 3 losses, 1 win, and I'm going to go onto the chart and show you guys the trades I took this week. So let's not do too much. Once we go onto the chart, I'm going to show you guys the trades, and I'm going to explain to you guys the sessions I took those trades and how each of them turned out, and also the emotions I was feeling, or would I say the emotions I felt when I took those trades. So let's not do too much, guys. Let's just go onto the chart and I'm going to show you guys the trade I took. So here are the trades I took this week, guys. As you can see, we had 3 losses and 1 win. So that's all the trades I took, and I'm going to explain to you guys how I was able to get these trades and the confluence behind all this. So first of all, let's start from this point here. What happened was I marked out this level here as a liquidity after price gets to this point here in the market. This was like an extreme zone. We had a point, this tiny imbalance that I was waiting for price to fill before we get up here. So price filled this imbalance when the market open and we had this push up. This, you can see this massive candle, this bullish candle up here, and we had this choppy retracement. For my type of setup, the kind of strategy I use, this is called a retracement, those choppy movements before a continuation. So here is what happened, guys. We had this choppy move here, so I anticipated that okay, yes, price was going to take, this was the liquidity sweep, but we had the candle body close here, which was a contradiction. First of all, that I didn't pay attention to when I took this trade. So after we had this push up, we had this choppy retracement, and what happened was price at this level, this was a demand. This demand had equal low around this level here. We had an equal low here. We had an equal low here. So, and we had a change of character already printed at this level here. So with that being said, what price did was, I anticipated this was a sweep, so and at this level, and also just at this level here. That was the first mistake I made. Look at this guys. So this is what I marked out. I marked this out and I was like, okay, yeah, we had a sweep already at this level. Price filled this imbalance here. This was the liquidity sweep. That was the contradiction for my trade. So I already marked this, and this was totally wrong. What I was reading was not, I was like trying to like convince myself to take a self setup before the market open. I knew okay, this trade was a bullish setup, and if we could get a sweep, this is going to be a bullish setup. Sorry guys. So what happened here is we had this sweep, and I entered after we had this break of structure here. So this tells me okay, yes, sellers are in the market. I did not pay attention to making sure okay, this was just a liquidity sweep as I this equal low here. And as you can see, after the equal low gets swept straight up, it whipped me out straight up and started trading upward. So that was how I was able to like get this trade, and the mistake I made and what I could have done. So what I could have done was just wait for, let's take this out first. What I could have done was just wait for this demand, this equal to be filled after we had this change of character to the upside, after this chopping movement, this retracement here. Wait for a sweep, then enter after the sweep. Because normally, if I would want to enter, we enter at, I use liquidity sweep to enter into the market sometimes. So I'll just wait for a candle body close, and I'll enter the next candle, the next bullish candle. So with that being said, let's move on to the next trade, guys. As you can see here, we have this liquidity sweep. If we could go on to the 1 hour chart, I'm going to show you guys. This is a liquidity sweep on the 1 hour time frame. This is a sweep at this level here. So this was the 1 hour point of interest, where I was waiting for a price to take out liquidity, which was what happened. Then we had this push down. Then I was waiting for a change of character to the downside before I can take a sell setup after we had this sweep, because there was no significant change of character to the downside until we had got to this level here. And I unfortunately missed this entry. Then I waited for a change, a break of structure to the downside, which is what we got here, candle body close, imbalance. And we also had equal high here, this level. You can see we had this choppy point here in the market. You can see we had an equal high, which gave me confidence to take this trade. I knew that okay, yes, we had equal high, which was a magnet for price to come take our liquidity before going to the exact direction. We had this break of structure, we had this choppy retracement, which was the opposite of what happened here, which before I take this sell setup. This is what the same thing that played out here, which is why I followed, and you can see that the trade played out nice. So that was how I was able to get this trade. I just waited for a high time frame liquidity sweep and a lower time frame change of character to the high time frame direction, which was how I was get into this trade. And so on to these ones, guys. I'm going to explain to you how I was able to lose these trades and the reason behind them. Let's go on to the 1 hour chart. So as you can see here, I anticipated this as a sweep here, guys. So this was the first mistake I made on this trade. But first of all, before I point out the mistake, let me read out and explain how I was able to get this setup first. We had an equal low at this level here, which I knew that okay, yes, price was coming here for sure. I knew that price was coming here. But what I did instead was I was impatient in the market. Then we had this retest here and we had this bullish move. This convinced me that yes, buyers are in the market. On a normal occasional day, I would wait for a sweep before looking for a change of character to the upside on the 15 minutes. So after we had this move up here, I went on to the lower the lower time frame. So I was anticipating, yes, this was just a sweep here. This was a retest, and we had this push up, which tells me that okay, yes, buyers are in the market. But then I'm going to show you guys. But then we had this change of character and break of structure, which gave me confidence to take this trade. But what I could have done instead was I could have waited for a standard confirmation, since we haven't gotten a sweep yet in this region in the market, which was a break of structure to the upside. It's just something like this. So this is going to tell me okay, yes, buyers are in the market and we have a break of structure to the upside as at this level here. then I'll wait for a retest. This is going to be my retest where I'm going to enter from. But then we have this break of structure. I would have waited for. Also, let me explain to you guys the first red flag about this trade. After I lost this trade, what I spotted, price failed to break this level here, which I did not also pay attention to. Price failed to break this level. If it's that price had broken this level, this is going to confirm to me that yes, buyers are in the market, and I don't have to wait for this confirmation at this level here. But we had this retrace, which push up. Price failed to break this level, and we had a retracement which continued downward. This was the same mistake I spotted. This was the same thing that happened at this level here. We had this break of structure in the market, but price failed to break this level here. If it's that we had a break at this level in the market, let me take this one off. If it's that we had a break at this level, this is going to tell me, okay, yes, buyers are in the market. We have a swing structure that has just been broken, and I'll wait for a retest to take the market, to get into the market, which was the same thing that I did not pay attention to because of I was taking these trades on my foreign account, and the thing was costing my account, and this was the only trade I took on my evaluation. It was during the Asian section, because I normally don't take trades on the Asian section, but when I got this company, I was convincing myself, yeah, let me get into this trade because this is an A+ setup for me. So as you can see, this was how I was able to lose these trades. Price failed to break this swing level here to tell me, okay, yes, the direction I'm taking, buyers are there or sellers are there, etc. So that was how I was able to lose this trade, and I lost these 3 trades on my funded accounts and this one on my evaluation. But the good thing is I still keep my risk. I'm in a drawdown right now, and I know I'm going to just have to follow my rules and keep taking the same setup without changing it, and just keep managing my risk. That's just one thing about me. I'm very, very, very cautious about my risk. I don't over risk and all of that. Although I've made a lot size mistake once, that I risked 10x of my actual risk, and it's cost my account. So it was a mistake as well. So these are the 4 trades I've taken. I took one trade today. It's a loss. Today is Monday. So this is the setup, guys. Gold is dumping at the moment. So this is the setup, guys. It was a loss. It went down to my direction, but I'm going to explain to you guys. This was also at market open. I've been being patient ever since I've been in drawdown. So, and it's been costing my account. And I just want to address this because I know, okay, things like this are not something I should just go to myself. I should also explain all of this because these are part of the things I want to share to you guys. We had a change of character here, which when the market opened, price retested this level. The price tested this level, and I did not get any list. I would have gotten at this point here in the market, but I was busy, and unfortunately the price tested and started trading down. So what I did was the same confluence I told myself not to work with, which is going to the 5-minute for confirmations, was the same thing I did. I was waiting for a lower time frame imbalance, it's a break of structure, so that we entered there and price is just going to continue down there. But I was wrong. What I could have done instead was wait for imbalance with a break of structure to the downside. A break of structure to the downside was available in balance for me to work with. But I did not. I just waited for a break and a retest using a lower time frame zone, and this has been costing my account for a while. And the same pattern repeated today. So this is about 6 p.m. Monday. I did not take any trade after I lost. It was just less than 5 minutes and I was out of the trade. So it was just a bullish candle that took me off. What I could have done instead was waited for a break of structure to the downside at this level, exactly what price printed here, and I would have entered at the retest and price would have gone down to my TP. But that's that. I did not compromise anything. I just have to do better and still follow my rules. So it was a mistake, and so it's just out of FOMO and trying to gain what I've been losing. Although I've been down about 1% on my account, funded account, about 1.5% or 1.4% if I'm not wrong. So that's just it, guys. So I'm going to show you guys my account. So that's I'm going to show you guys everything. I'm going to explain to you guys everything just like I did. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you can learn something from this, even if part of the mistake I've been making and the things I could have done. If you have also been making such mistakes, this could be a video you can learn from. We all are learning together. So whatever you have to share as well, I will be glad to hear from you guys. So thank you so much, guys.